I have never, in all of my years of just discussing manga, have seen the manga community, collectively, the entire manga community. I'm not just talking about Twitter. I'm just talking about Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Discord, probably Instagram, maybe even TikTok. But I saw so many discussions around this leaker yesterday, and even into this morning, that forced this leaker to basically bend the knee and say, I will not be leaking Kagurabachi. It is legitimately insane. I never thought I would ever see the manga community, all fandoms basically unite under one banner to rid themselves of potential evil in the future. It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. Who would have thought that it would take the actual JJK series coming to an end and people seeing just what leak culture does in general to manga for people to make a stand and say, we do not want this for other manga communities, especially Kagurabachi. Incredible stuff, man. So let's back up for a second and let's explain this whole story. So at this current time, this leaker here, Myth, his original post of announcing that he was going to leak content for Kagurabachi has been since deleted, so you no longer can find the original post, but you can find evidence of just kind of what it used to say, because everybody within the community, in the manga community basically, was just straight up memeing the original post and saying their own words to it to just make it absolutely hilarious. Basically, either, you know, you have Sukuna himself even saying they're going to possess someone's body, to even having something as unhinged as this. Literally, this stuff right here is absolutely wild. But basically, You had the manga community shitposting and memeing on what was said, so to speak, from the leaker Myth, and, you know, it went all around, everywhere. And it got so bad that Mia, aka the actual main leaker of Jujutsu Kaisen, had to make a statement and say, nah, bruh, I'm not gonna be leaking Kagurabachi. I don't want nothing to do with that. And that really is wild, because let's put this all in perspective. We're all on the same page here. Mia, regardless of how you feel about the man, you feel about leaks, JJK, whatever, I made a video about a week ago talking about just the overall activity of the main Twitter accounts on social media, and Mia was in the top 5. Like, he surpassed literally Joe Biden. Like, that's insane, okay? Like, straight up, like, having actually your account having more attention and focus because of leaks, and it's over literally a president of a country, wild stuff. Really wild stuff. But, anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that Mia obviously gets a lot of traffic, a lot of attention. I mean, you look at all his posts, they usually generate a lot. I mean, one post from him basically causes, you know, JJK to trend. It does. And it's like, I'm not trying to, you know, be, you know, like, hype him up and glaze him. I'm just being honest. Like, when Mia releases something, usually JJK or whatever trends. And the thing about that is that we have seen just how leak culture has been in the last few years. It's definitely reached a critical point, or a nuclear level, so to speak, ever since, like, let's be honest, a little bit of spoilers here, but the Gojo stuff with Sukuna, you know, it's definitely reached a critical mass. We have seen it. And obviously, it's gotten worse as time goes on, and, you know, at this point in time, the only way to really escape being spoiled from JJK is to just participate in the leaks. Leak culture has just been so saturated into JJK's fandom, it's like everybody collectively within the manga space accepted it. That's pretty much what it was. You could not escape it. So basically, thanks to JJK coming to an end in a few weeks, everybody knows it's wrapping up. Obviously, these massive leakers that have made quite a name for themselves with manga they've leaked over the years definitely want to shift gears, shift a series to be able to keep their audience, keep traction. And so what better way to navigate themselves to basically a new series that is quickly gaining popularity? Kagurabachi. Well, obviously, Kagurabachi fans proved one major thing, especially when it came to the whole manga community as well. They know how to rally a fan base. Oh, yeah. Like, it has been a long time since I've seen a community collectively is like, nah, we don't want nothing to do with leak culture. We want nothing to do with spoilers. We want to keep this series as wholesome and as good as possible. And honestly, massive respect. Like, even if I knew nothing from Kagurabachi, which I am actively reading Kagurabachi, FYI, like, if I knew nothing about it, and this was the first thing I ever heard about Kagurabachi, 100% I would start the manga right now, just to see the community and just how united it is. It's rare. It's really rare to see a community like that. It has been honestly just a jaw-dropping last 24 hours for all this information to come out. But one thing in particular I do want to talk about is that a lot of leakers right now are running scared thanks to this. And I think that is pretty funny, all things considered. But I will say one thing in particular about all this. Leaks are not going to stop. And I think that is something that we do need to address before we go any further. Obviously, even if Mia and Myth here and other leakers, major players within the leaking culture, doesn't participate, let's say, in the leaks of Kagurabachi or other series, there will be those that want to post the leaks to clout farm. It's going to happen. That's how it's always been for a very long time. Obviously, I think it's gotten a lot more attention and publicity in the last few years or half decade because of just like how popular anime and manga has become. But leaks have technically always been a thing for a very long time. Like, I remember seeing leaks back in 2013, 2014, seeing leaks for Naruto chapters, Bleach chapters, One Piece chapters. So it's always been a thing and it's not going to disappear. But I do think that overall, in terms of the culture around leaks of how massive it's been with JJK, I don't think it's going to follow into maybe other manga, at the very least Kagurabachi. I don't think it's going to get that type of community because of just what I have seen in these last few hours to 24 hours. So yeah, like I said, it really is, it is honestly inspirational. It really makes me happy to just see a community unite against something and be like, we don't want nothing like this. Because there is a lot of toxicity around it, because I made discussions talking about leaks and spoilers for, JJK, and talking about how you have people that will only read the leaks or brief little, I guess, rough translations of certain scenes from a panel, and they won't even read the chapter. They'll just get all their information from brief little spoilers and leaks, like a brief summary, and then they'll do that the same thing next week instead of actually reading said chapter, or they get all this information from TikTok or whatever with that exact same thing I just said, and it's pretty upsetting. Especially when there's just so much time and dedication put into these stories for people not even to read the chapter, even, actually on pirate sites, they read summaries of the chapter. It's like, bro, why are you even reading the series if you can't even do the effort of actually reading the said chapter? I've seen people like this. But, to say one last cliff note to all of this, though, I mean, you can even see literally the actual Chainsaw Man community and a bunch of other Discords. Like, this isn't the only Discord. I saw a bunch of Discord pings yesterday pretty much saying this exact same thing, that, they were trying to get rid of this leaker. They didn't want him to leak anything when it comes to Kagurabachi or other stories. I'm just like, yo. Like I said, it's impressive, it's inspirational just to see an entire manga community, and actually collectively around the internet, come together to stop something like this. And like I said, when you have someone like even Mia kind of a little bit scared about this and not wanting to talk about it, I think that says enough about the situation. As I've already talked about, one of the biggest accounts on Twitter, and the fact that he's even saying this, I think, says enough. He doesn't want to turn everybody against him. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all of you guys. I will be talking about ReZero in an upcoming video. I know many of you people have been asking, like, where is the discussion on the second trailer of Season 3, all the information that came out. Don't worry, I'll be making a video on that. Just been a little bit busy, but look forward to that one as well. Anyways, be safe, stay healthy, love you guys, Chibi out.